The National Swine Registry is a global leader in swine pedigree services, documented swine genetics, marketing, and education outreach. The NSR prides itself on enhancing the value of pedigreed swine, maintaining breed integrity, providing member education, as well as youth development experiences. The National Swine Registry, also known as the NSR, is the Swine Pedigree Association for the purebred Duroc, Hampshire, Landrace, and Yorkshire swine breeds in the United States. We're located in West Lafayette, Indiana. The NSR represents 87% of the total purebred hog population right here in the United States. And in today's video, we are going to break down these great breeds and the value they can bring to your farm.
We'll start with our breed history journey with the Duroc breed. Durocs are red pigs with drooping ears. They are the second most recorded breed of swine in the United States and a major breed in many other countries, especially as a terminal sire. Durocs can range from a very light golden, almost yellow color to a very dark red color that approaches mahogany. In 1812, early red hogs were bred in New York and New Jersey. They were large in size, large litters, and the ability to gain quickly with characteristics Durocs possessed from the beginning. The foundation that formed today's Duroc was comprised of red Durocs from New York and Jersey Reds from New Jersey. In 1823, a red boar from a litter of 10, whose parents were probably imported from England, was obtained by Isaac Frank of Milton in Saratoga County, New York, from Harry Kelsey. Kelsey owned a famous trotting stallion, Duroc, and Frank named his red boar in honor of this horse. This boar was known for his smoothness and carcass quality. His progeny continued the Duroc name, and many of them inherited his color, quick growth and maturity, deep body, broad ham and shoulder, and quiet disposition. The Duroc was smaller than the Jersey Red, with finer bones and better carcass quality. Beginning in the early 1860s, Durocs were made from a systematic blending of the two very different strains. This produced a moderate hog that was well suited for the finishing capabilities of the Corn Belt farmer. In 1893, Chicago's World's Fair, Durocs gained wide popularity at the first successful Duroc Hog Show. This was only the beginning of the Duroc popularity and the success which continues today. The first organization for the purpose of recording, improving, and promoting red hogs was the American Duroc Jersey Association, established in 1883. No other breed of hogs made more progress in terms of numbers recorded over a period of years. As a result, numerous other recording organizations were formed to accommodate the growth. In 1934, all the groups were united to form one organization named the United Duroc Swine Registry for the sole purpose of recording and promoting the Duroc breed.
Today, Durocs are the world's terminal sire of choice. Their rapid growth, feed efficiency, robustness, and inherent advantage in meat quality make it unsurpassed in the terms of total system value, from the farm to the consumer's table. Producers in the U.S. and around the world rely on purebred Duroc sires to maximize the profitability of their commercial market hogs. The old slogan, Durocs, they grow on you, hey, that turned out to be way ahead of its time. To evaluate and enhance consumer acceptance and the pork eating experience for consumers, NSR has begun the development of the Certified Duroc Pork program, adding value to pork from Duroc sired pigs. So this program is set to fundamentally change the perception of pork and the meat case, bringing to light the juiciness and flavor Duroc pork brings to the table.
Now that we know a little more about the Duroc breed, let's break down the breed eligibility requirements for replacement boars and gilts in the world's terminal sire. Red in color, ears must be down, no white hair anywhere on the animal, no black hair anywhere on the animal, must not have more than 3 black spots on the skin, and none of these spots can be larger than 2 inches in diameter. Must not have any shading or indication of a belt. Must have no evidence of an extra dew claw. Must be stress negative. Must have 6 functional tits on each side of their underline.
So let's head over to the Hampshire ring to look at the history of the belt.
Hampshire hogs are black with a white belt. They have erect ears. The belt is a strip of white across the shoulders that covers the front legs around the body. The Hampshire, which is a heavy-muscled, lean meat breed, is the fourth most recorded breed of swine in the United States. The Hampshire breed is possibly the oldest early American breed of hogs in existence today. The Hampshire hog, as we know it today, originated in southern Scotland and northern England. These pigs were known as the Old English breed. They were admired for their proficiency, hardy vigor, foraging ability, and outstanding carcass qualities. Hampshire pigs were imported into America between 1825 and 1835 from Hampshire County in England. Most of the offspring of these were early importations went to Kentucky, where the breed had most of its early development. The common name for these hogs were thin rinds because their skin was thinner than most of the hogs. The hogs in this area became rather popular due to their hardiness, vigor, prolificacy, and foraging characteristics. Butchers from Ohio traveled yearly into Kentucky to contract a head for these belted hogs at a premium price. These original desirable traits have been further developed within the Hampshire breed, causing steady growth in popularity and demand. In May of 1893, a small group of Kentucky farmers met in Erlanger, Kentucky to form the first record association in order to keep the blood pure in these black hogs with a white belt. The first record association was called the American Thin Rhino Association. The name was changed several times until 1939, the name the Hampshire Swine Registry was adopted. During the 1920s, the breed continued to grow in numbers and in favor. The greatest popularity of the Hampshires did not come until after 1930. Since that time, they have been very popular and have sold for high prices as their genetic value has been documented. Through the years, Hampshires that are still being produced are productive, lean, durable, profitable, and popular at dinner tables. They are in the leader in the lean muscle with good carcass quality, minimal amounts of back fat, and large loin eyes. This black animal with the distinct and unique white belt is still known universally as the mark of a meat hog. Their ability to sire winning carcasses is unequaled, and they continue to set the standard by which all other terminal sires are evaluated. While not as fast growing or as heavily marbled as the Duroc, Hampshires are leaner with a darker meat color that has a higher pH and greater water holding capacity. Their fresh pork quality attributes are highly sought after.
Let's break down the breed eligibility requirements for replacement bores and gilts in the belted breed. Must be black in color with a white belt starting on the front leg that totally encircles the body, including both front legs and feet. Ears must be erect and not rounded. Must not have any white hair or indications of streaking on the forehead. Must not have any white hair above the knob of the hock on the hind legs. White on the nose cannot break the rim or the top of the nose. Must not have any red hair. Must not have any evidence of an extra dew claw. Must be stress negative. And like the Duroc breed, must have 6 functional tits per side.
Now that we have seen the terminal breeds, let's jump to the traditional maternal line, starting with Landrace.
Landrace are white in color. Their ears droop and slant with its top edges nearly parallel to the bridge of a straight nose. Landrace, which are noted for their ability to farrow and raise large litters, are the 5th most recorded breed of swine in the United States. The American Landrace descended from the Danish Landrace that originated in 1895. At that time, the large white hog was brought from England and crossed with the native swine. Following that mating, the Landrace was developed and improved by selection and testing. It was mainly through the use of Landrace that Denmark became the chief bacon exporting country. To protect this position, Denmark refused to export purebred Landrace breeding stock for many years. In the early 1930s, the United States Department of Agriculture entered into an agreement with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Denmark for the purchase of 24 Danish Landrace. This stock was to be used for swine research studies at agricultural experiment stations with the stipulation that this breed would not be propagated as a pure breed for commercial use. During the 15 years following the original importation, Landrace were used in numerous comparisons with American breeds. As a result of this work, 4 new breeds have been registered by the Inbred Livestock Registry Association. In May of 1949, the USDA petitioned the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark to release its restrictions on the propagation of purebred landrace in the United States. This request was granted, and the American Landrace Association was formed in 1950 to register and promote the sale of purebred breeding stock. Following the removal of restrictions on commercial use of Danish landrace, importations of Norwegian and Swedish breeding stock provided the outcrosses necessary for the expansion and development of the American landrace breed of today. The landrace breed is promoted on its ability to cross well with other breeds, specifically with Yorkshire to make F1 commercial females. Landrace are prolific sows that farrow large pigs and are exceptionally heavy milkers. These traits have designated the landrace breed as America's sow herd.
Let's break down the breed eligibility requirements for replacement boars and gilts in a breed that every major producer wants in their sow herd, the landrace. They must be white in color with down ears, no color hair other than white, no more than 3 spots of skin pigmentation, which are no larger than 1 U.S. minted quarter, about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. Must have no evidence of an extra dew claw. Must be stress negative. Must not have a hernia or rupture, both scrotal or abdominal. Must not have hermaphrodism. Can't be a cryptorchid. Must have at least 6 functional udder sections on each side of the underline. Pin tits and inverted nipples are not considered functional.
And our final breed, known as the mother breed, is the Yorkshire.
Yorkshires are white in color and have erect ears. They are the most recorded breed of swine in the United States. The modern Yorkshire is very muscular with a high promotion of lean meat and low back fat, in addition to being very sound and durable. The Yorkshire breed was developed in England in the county of York. Later, the name was changed to English Large White, but it was known as Yorkshire throughout the most of the rest of the world. In 1761, Robert Bakewell became interested in a local tribe of hogs known as the Leicestershire breed, and he molded them into a large, useful hog that became popular in England. It is very likely that some, if not most, of the best Yorkshire hogs today came from these hogs. The first Yorkshires in the United States were brought into Ohio around 1830. The Yorkshire breed experienced many ups and downs over the years. In the 1920s, Morrell Packing Company of Ottumwa, Iowa, and the Hormel Packing Company of Austin, Minnesota, tried to promote Yorkshires to farmers around the area. This was following World War I, and the market of lard was vanishing. They failed to gain popularity with farmers due to their slow growth rate and short, pugged noses at the time. The favor of farmers with the Yorkshires didn't come until the importation of many English Large White from the British Isles. Farmers realized what they could do for them and soon started to accept Yorkshire breeding stock. Mothering ability, larger litters, body length, greater scale and frame were in such demand that many producers were ready to try Yorkshires again, and this time they were successful. In the late 1940s, there was a period of rapid breed expansion. Yorkshires were also being imported from England, where they were known for having greater substance, ruggedness, and scale. By selection and the use of imported pigs, they met the needs of the pork producer and the demands of the market in the United States. Today, Yorkshires are productive yet more performance-oriented and more durable than ever. The goal of the Yorkshire breed is to be a source of durable mother lines that can contribute to longevity and carcass merit. Yorkshires are mated to landrace females to produce F1 females for commercial production of market hogs. Yorkshire breeders have led the industry in utilization of the Stages genetic evaluation program. From 1994 to 2021, Yorkshire breeders submitted over 665,000 growth and back fat records and over 644,000 sow productivity records. This represents the largest source of third-party accumulated documented performance records in the world. The American Yorkshire Club was organized as a stock company on April 1, 1893 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The office was first in St. Paul, Minnesota, and was moved to Valparaiso, Indiana in 1948. Upon moving to Valparaiso, the American Yorkshire Club was reorganized and became a membership organization.
What an incredible and rich story. Let's go back to the barn to identify what the modern Yorkshire female looks like today. They're very easy to distinguish from a Landrace by noticing her erect ears. Other Yorkshire breed eligibility requirements are: it must be white in color with erect ears, must not have any color hair except for white, must not have more than 2 pigmentation spots larger than a U.S. minted dime, about 3/4 inch or 2 centimeters, or 1 pigmentation spot larger than a U.S. minted quarter, about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. These pigmentation spots cannot exceed a U.S. minted silver dollar, 1.5 inches or 3.8 centimeters. Must have no evidence of an extra dew claw, must be stress negative. Once again, functional tits per side is also required.
And now that we know about the breeds that make up the NSR, let's dive into how the NSR was formed.
The National Swine Registry, formed in 1994 as a result of the consolidation of the American Yorkshire Club, the Hampshire Swine Registry, and the United Duroc Swine Registry. In January 1998, the American Landrace Association joined. Placing its home in West Lafayette, Indiana, the consolidation effort allowed for increased efficiency in the services offered to purebred breeders through the elimination of duplicated resource allocation and established a unified approach to the future development of programs and services for each of the 4 breeds. Today, the National Swine Registry is an industry leader in swine pedigree services, education, youth development, and is a trusted source for purebred breeders nationwide and around the world. An important factor of the National Swine Registry is pedigree verification through proven testing. For many years, everything added to the system was based on the trusted word of the breeders submitting the information. Later, the breed associations and NSR verified breed purity through a physical test mating, which ensured the sires did not carry any non-breed color. In the early 2000s, DNA testings for HAL 1843, the stress gene, and non-Hampshire color became available. With advances in technology, all 4 breeds of the NSR today use breed composition and parentage testing to validate breed purity and verify lineage. The NSR strives to provide the highest integrity of each purebred pedigree through parentage testing, stress testing, and breed composition testing. For more information regarding the testing processes, please contact the NSR's VP of Genetics and Technology. Here at the National Swine Registry, we are proud of our dominant 4 breeds: Duroc, Hampshire, Landrace, and Yorkshire. To become more involved with the NSR or the NJSA, please visit www.nationalswine.com or contact any staff member today.